Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Huns in the Wild, several different MLM companies. We're going to start off talking about the time freedom that being in any given MLM gives you, which I would argue that's not how that works, and I'm going to give you some evidence for that.
I'm coming on while I have a hot second. I'm actually sitting down working on something really exciting. But I have a full house. I have all the air mattresses blown up. It's going to be a full week as well. My family is here for a family event tomorrow, birthday tomorrow. Then they go home, and then my sister and her kids come down, and then my best friend and her kids come down as well. So it's going to be a full-on end of October, which, hey, I'm here for it. I'm loving it. But honestly, the thing that excites me the most is that while all of this is happening, especially coming into the end of the year, I feel like there's so much happening. Like Christmas is around the corner. We're going to be doing, going to Sydney next month, organising our Christmas party for Elevate Collective, and then I'm going to New Zealand. So much is happening, but I get to do this. Go out. Get out! Oh my days. You guys are doing a piss poor job at keeping him down there.
I get to do this, and then she just starts yelling at people that are coming into the room where she is. Like, why not just go be present in the moment? And like, this doesn't need to be said right now. It doesn't need to, you don't need to do this right now to try to make your point that you get to do this with your free time. It looks like you don't have free time. And why would you choose to like be stressed out and do a video when people like she ends up talking about there's a bunch of people at her house. Why is this the opportune moment to do it? It doesn't seem like this is the time to be doing it and then bragging about like time freedom. It doesn't make sense.
My son has just seen his birthday presents because there's about 6 people down there and they can't even keep my one child out of this damn room.
Yeah, and it is hard not having reliable childcare, so I understand that, but it doesn't make sense with the rest of what she's saying in the video.
Oh my days. Anyway, I'm gonna go give someone a hiding now. No. Anyway, what I was saying was, my son is crying now. What I was saying was, what I love about my business is that even in the midst of everything going on, visitors, busyness in life, I get to take my business wherever, you know, and build it.
Yeah, okay. And so your business or your free labor? And you can't even really do it effectively because you have to stop so many times because you do not have reliable childcare. Like whoever's at her house is not competent enough, at least in this moment, to take care of her children, which sucks ass. But it does not speak to like, oh yes, this looks like, I think she said Monat. This makes Monat look enjoyable to me. This seems like a good idea to me.
Around my life, and that was something that really drew me into the business, was that I was not going to live a life where my life revolved around my work, but my work revolved around my life. So when you're looking into a business like,
or is it that every aspect of your life becomes, or a lot of it becomes tied to the MLM, your work? Or is it that one that you find a way to relate whatever is going on back to the business? Could that be the case instead?
like this, don't look at it like, oh, I've got to build this business and my whole life's got to revolve around it. As I'm telling you, it's the very reason why you need to do a business like this if you want your work to revolve around your life.
No, because there's no point for most people in MLMs to be doing free labor in hopes of sales and in hopes of people joining their team and in the ultimate hopes of as many people staying with it as possible. There actually is no point in doing that. It's not worth all the free labor you're doing because for most people, when it comes to like the numbers, they're not profiting. And doing it for free doesn't really make sense, especially not long term.
You know, I don't have to compromise my kid. I don't have to compromise the things that I love. I don't have to compromise the life that I want to create because I do this business on the side of it. If that sounds like something you want to create, I honestly urge you to have a conversation with me. What I'm actually going to do is put my work with me form. This is a no strings attached form. This is simply so that I can contact you if you want to have a conversation about business, what it looks like, how I actually built my life with this business model, and how I've created what I've created. I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom. I create multiple 6 figures from my phone, which actually still
You're not a full-time stay-at-home mom. You are a work-from-home mom.
blows my mind. I just think it's amazing that they have opportunities like this. And I think the thing that frustrates me the most, honestly, is that people are now choosing to put themselves in survival mode 24/7 when there are opportunities out there like this that they can take hold of in their life and utilize it as a vehicle to drive them forward and get out of survival mode. Because I don't know about you, but I want to stop living in survival. I don't want to live in survival mode. And that means changing your circumstances so your circumstances change.
Oh, it's frustrating for you. Well, maybe most people can see it for what it is. And maybe most people look at the simply at the numbers and see, you know what? Yeah, I could do all that, and maybe I could be part of the 1 to 3% in any given MLM. But it looks like most people don't, and it would make a lot more sense to get a different work from home job, even if it is like working at a call center. I'm not saying that's for everybody. I'm just saying it seems like a more worthwhile venture, and you're not doing a fuckload of free labor with no thank you. Even if the thank you is as simple as a paycheck, with I think for me that would be enough, or at least a good starting point, which is more than you get in MLM. You might get recognition for a bunch of other shit, but when you're in an MLM and you've done all the free labor and you kind of work out, I did countless hours of work for free, for nothing, because it's not even like an internship where you're gaining experience at the very least, which will provide value in your next job. It's not even like that. It's useless.
When I was working with 5 companies all together, the commissions from that don't even touch what you can do with direct sales, and you are compensated more than fair. Like, I'm talking up to 45% with the ability to earn free trips, earn a paid for.
I could agree with what she's saying if it was as simple as throwing up a link with no fine print, no, oh, but you have to order this amount of, oh, you have to grow a team to achieve 40%, whatever there's this, with no extra riffraff, simply as having like your account active and you post your link. If it was that high of a percentage, sure, I think that would be a normal comparison. But you do not get paid more than enough or an adequate amount in MLM, because even if you do reach like a rank, are you really making what's on the compensation plan, or are you under it but you got the rank this month? But if your numbers aren't high, I would say you're less likely to maintain your rank the next month, God forbid, any time after that. And then all of the free labor you're doing. So if you're compensated 40% for one sale, that's not fair for all of the work you have to do to get that sale. It's not fair. It's not enough. It's not worth most people's while.
Car and your bonuses. Like, not only are you paid on your commissions, you're paid
a car where if you cannot make the payment because you lose rank, the onus is on you. No, that is not a good opportunity. It's not.
On top of that with bonuses. Bonuses. So you get paid.
Right. And what they also don't really like to mention when they talk about these amazing bonuses is you do not reach the rank and get the bonus. You reach the rank, you get the bonus, which is most people don't achieve. And then if you drop rank, you lose the bonus. And in certain companies, you lose the bonus forever. You can't regain your rank and get that bonus back.
5 times a month with the commission and codes. I was only getting paid.
Who gives a fuck if you're paying how many times you're getting paid a month when it's 3 cents here, $15 there? You're not talking to me. I don't know who you're talking to. This sounds like a load of baloney, and now I don't even know if it's recording because my battery's dying.
Once a month. And I would look at that at the end of the month and go, oh, all that work for maybe $100, $200, and you can literally take what you were doing.
Now, I don't know what other companies she's talking about. I want to think it's not several different MLMs. I'm going to assume it's things like having an Amazon link. But if it's as simple as, why am I clutching the Cheerios like that? Please, so dramatic. They're the cookies and cream. Yeah, cookies and cream protein Cheerios. They're okay. They are what they are. They taste exactly how you might think they do. But if it's as simple as throwing up a link, yeah, I wouldn't expect a big fat commission. If I am doing the least and getting paid like whatever the amount is I'm supposed to, it kind of makes sense. Could they do more? I would argue companies like Amazon probably could, yeah. But I'm not doing a fuckload of free labor.
Right now, posting the things, showing the products, and helping other people with their hair, and be making more money. I'm telling you, you are missing out on a huge opportunity. And if you are accepting gifted collabs for posts, I'm going to be your big sister and say stop, because you can't take those free products, skincare, whatever, and pay your rent with them. Can't pay your car, can't pay your groceries, nix. Like, we're going to nix that right now. So I say all this to say,
Sure, but I'd like to think if those are the products like you use anyway, then that's cool. And you also probably get a commission when other people buy it through whatever your link is or your code that you put in. And then if you're getting the views and whatever, you're also getting paid off of like TikTok or YouTube.
okay, from someone who is the biggest skeptic with direct sales, try it. And you're going to have all of the guidance from me, all of the systems that I use to help me be successful. You are literally not going to do this by yourself. You're going to have me to help you and
Cool, great. Not different than any other MLM.
show you how to maximize your social media to make commissions better than 5 to 10%. I promise you, you will see amazing money. Some of my girls in their first month are making 500, 700, 800, know nothing about hair. It's doable. You just need to be willing to do it.
Right. But those people, I would argue, likely tend to have a better warm market. And they have an audience of people who will follow and like who are easier to influence to buy something, especially if they don't know better than to buy from an MLM. And then what is better than going to Monat headquarters? The corporation, like that physical building, what's better than going to that when you shit on 9 to 5s and you shit on having to go into work, like physically go into work, and we're dressing up, getting all cutesy to go to this amazing experience. And then we're posting pictures of the building because no one's ever seen it before. So it's exciting to go to corporate, but it's not exciting to be a part of a corporation. And it's not exciting to be on the corporate staff, even though the MLM has a corporate staff, but you don't want to do that because you might get a consistent paycheck. And who wants that? When the only thing appealing about being in an MLM is being a part of the 1 to 3%. And then, boy, do I have some news for anyone who is interested in itworks or has been following or was a part of itworks. I know for a fact I hopped on some of her lives or her trainings at some point. This is Preacher's wife. Preacher's wife has announced, as of when I posted this on Monday or on Sunday night, I guess it would have been, effective immediately, I'm no longer partnered with itworks, which is crazy because I remember not too long ago she was still posting about it. So I wonder what happened there. She probably won't say. A lot of times in MLM, like if you're following bombparty, a lot of them would be like, yes, I'm staying with bombparty. What a crazy thing to say. Of course I am. I'm loyal and whatever. And I would never leave this company. They're so amazing. And I'm just waiting for somebody to drop the real tea. If you guys see anyone talking about like what's really going on with bombparty, like with details, not just there's drama, but I'm not going to get into it. I know somebody's posting it and I want to know what's really going on in there. I'm grateful for 9 incredible years of growth. I'll always cherish. Last year's number 15 in Commerner. Weird goodbye post, but okay. And then also, and here, so that says nothing about going to another MLM. And maybe there's a post before this that maybe I just missed. But I think it's interesting because someone commented below it saying, okay, need to know who you partnered with because I've been quietly watching you stand strong with them despite several attempts over time from others. So this really intrigues me, which from that comment, it seems like she's alluding to like Preacher's wife joined another MLM, which is not shocking, especially when these top boss babes have to, I would think that maybe she's not as much of a top boss babe. Her paycheck was likely dwindling as time went on. I think itworks is kind of becoming kind of like Mary Kay, where it's becoming a bit of a fossilized dinosaur and it's slowly dying. I can see that company going affiliate only as well in the next few years. And then a few days prior, she made this post that says, sometimes letting go isn't losing. It's making room for something better. Change. It's one thing we can always count on, yet the one thing most of us fight the hardest. We cling to comfort and familiarity, right? And so this seems like just another way of coping with her quitting this MLM or getting fired, who knows? But I did see some other MLMers from itworks post that they are also leaving the company. This one says, after almost 7 years, I've officially stepped away from itworks, effective immediately. It was an incredible ride, and I've learned so much. I'll always be grateful. So I really wonder what's going on because they just had some little dinner or some event, and I want to say it was in Cabo too or somewhere else. But they had a little event too recently. And if you remember, they had the new CEO who was the husband of one of the top reps back in the day. I don't know how they're doing now. Instead of the older gentleman who was the CEO. And I found this to be a weird move. I don't remember finding out information of why they chose him or the reasoning behind it. I just remember thinking that's really weird. All right, that is going to be it for this video. If you like this video, give a little likesy poo. If you have commentary to share with the class, leave that down below. And if you super like this video, share it with your besties. And make sure you are subscribed so you get to see all of my videos. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one.